This is not the man I met. He is egotistical, he disrespects me.
This entire marriage has been forced upon me.
When you don't have trust, when you don't have that foundation, the relationship is over before it starts.
I'm at my breaking point. He has a problem with spending.
You have champagne taste on a soda water budget.
Yes,
What's
honey.
going on?
Come on, champagne taste. It's about the taste, not about the budget.
I can't trust him anymore. The man that I married would never have done that.
I'm not going to advise her to try to make this work because I think it's dangerous. I think it's gone beyond that. Here is today's case.
From pawn jewelry to stolen checks, this woman says she's had enough of her husband's lying to cover up his gambling addiction. She wants out of the marriage. He promises he'll do better. Can this couple work out their problems? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Marlene from Newington, Connecticut.
Marlene, welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, this is the case of Dewey versus Dewey.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Angela Dewey.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Mr. Delbert Dewey,
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. The two of you have been married for 13 years, but you said you've reached a breaking point.
Yes,
And you're ready to move on in your relationship, and Mr. Dewey, you believe it's not the right thing to get a divorce at this point.
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, I'll
Your
start
Honor.
with you, ma'am. Why don't you give me some background and tell me why you're here and brought this case?
My husband is a liar. He's a narcissist. He has a gambling addiction. He thinks everything is supposed to be his way or no way. It's either that or it's my fault. If something goes wrong, it's my fault. And I just can't take it anymore.
What do you have to say about that, Mr. Dewey?
Well, I'm here because I want to save my marriage. We've been together for almost 20 years. And I believe she's cheated on me in the past. She lies to me a lot, but I want to do whatever it takes to make it work. You know.
So you
Make
said
a-
there have been some mistakes and infidelity in the past, but
I believe
you
so.
believe the two of you, with the history you have,
I want to
can get over it.
Put it in our past and stay together.
You have been together a long time, married 13 years, together 18 years. But what do you say has happened, and why do you say he is a liar and narcissist and has all of these issues?
Because our marriage has been based on nothing but lies. Everything is more important than me. And the lies that he's told are just some outrageous, ridiculous lies that he must think I'm really stupid to believe them.
Well, give me an example of what you're talking about.
Okay, he goes to the casino, which he's lying about.
I used to.
And tells me that he fell asleep on the side of the road. The side of the highway, 5 o'clock traffic, you're gonna just pull over and fall asleep? I don't think so. If you did, how'd you spend all that money?
So you're saying that he didn't come home at a certain hour?
Yeah, he calls me from work, says, I'm leaving, I'll be home in 45 minutes. I got dinner ready, waiting on him to get there. 45 minutes turns into an hour and a half, turns into 3 hours, and then he might come rolling in 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. How many times has he told you that?
Numerous times. There's been other lies. Like, there was one time he said that he had a flat as he was driving to work. This guy pulls up behind him to give him, he thinks, help or whatever. Well, the guy supposedly pulls out this gun and robs him at gunpoint
Why do you
on the
bring
side.
up the past?
I'm trying to explain to her why you're a liar.
He called you and said he was robbed at gunpoint?
Yes, on the side of the road. But he didn't have a flat tire on the back of his truck. How'd he get the money to fix the tire?
And you're saying when he's out until 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning when he
She's
leaves
not even
work.
telling the
Mr.
story
Dewey,
right.
I will get to you in a second, sir. You're saying when he comes home at 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, after he leaves work, you don't hear from him during that time period? He doesn't call you with any updates, he just shows up?
Yeah. I try and call him, phone goes straight to voicemail. You know, I'm sitting there knowing in my heart that he's at the casino, but in my head I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe this one time he might have had an accident, or maybe this one time he might need, can't get to his phone.
But he shows up at home and the only reason he's given is he fell asleep.
Yes.
Mr. Dewey, do you have narcolepsy?
Yeah, I have a problem driving.
You do?
Yes, I do. I fall asleep a lot driving. She
Really?
knows that.
Is that true?
And I've pulled over many of times on the side of the road. Driving 4 hours is a long drive.
You drive 4 hours to go to work?
Yes, I would drive 4 hours to go to work, and I would pull over sometimes and go to sleep.
I'm talking just the times that he would be coming from the city, you know, a 45-minute trip.
Okay.
You're lying about that.
No,
Okay, one time.
Mr. Dewey, so you're saying the times that you were you had a long distance drive
Yes.
coming home, those are the times that you had to pull over and sleep?
Yes, I have.
Did you get robbed at gunpoint?
Yes, I did on the side of the highway coming back from Elk City one time. My truck I broke down, and the guy pulled up and asked if I needed any help. I told him no. Well, he drove off, come back later, and demanded me, well, he had a gun, and demanded my money.
Okay. Did you make a police report?
Well, of course not.
Where am I going to make a police report? I'm in
With the cops?
middle of nowhere.
You have a phone?
Oh, no, it was
No,
dead at the
I didn't
time.
have a phone at the time.
Okay, so not at that time, but when you leave and you get to a safe place, do you not call and report that somebody robbed you at gunpoint?
What good does that do? I mean,
Well, it puts it on the
Because
record. Maybe they can try to catch the guy so he doesn't rob somebody else.
well, yeah.
It's a lie. It's all a lie. That was all a lie.
Okay, but there's no record of it.
No.
So, are you spending a lot of time at the casinos?
I used to. Yes, I used to. But now it's not me wanting to go to the casino all the time. It's her.
Yep, because I decided, you know, if you're going to blow all the money, I may as well help you do it.
What are some of the consequences of this gambling issue you say Mr. Dewey has?
It hurts me, and he knows it does. It's something that he does intentionally, knowing that this is going to cause a fight, just so he can either kick me out or blame me for whatever. Oh my gosh, he's
So
just
it sounds like the gambling started with you, and then the two of you started going together, and now you've been frequenting the casinos as well.
He has the porn addiction. He goes on dating sites.
No, I do not.
I have
Dating site?
So I go looking at my history, and all of a sudden here's these dating sites, these hookup sites.
Did you see any messages?
Not messages, but I mean, I've seen the sites where I've got evidence.
What else has happened in your marriage outside of the gambling? What's another issue that's come
His
up
porn addiction.
that has caused you to what?
He has the porn addiction. He goes on dating sites.
No, I do not.
I have
Dating sites?
Yes, like
I've never been on a dating site.
I have
Ever?
Ever.
In the last 18 years since
I've
the two
never
of you have been
on
together?
a dating site, Your Honor.
He's a liar.
He said he's never been on a dating site, so how do you know this?
Okay, on my phone, he had access to my Google account because he has all my passwords to everything, my Facebook, my Google. And so he goes under my Google account sometimes. So I go looking at my history, and all of a sudden here's these dating sites, these hookup sites. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And he's like, well, they weren't mine. I didn't do them. So I go under the detail, because you can go into detail and it says what the phone signature is. And I'm like, look, they're not even my signature. These are not, how?
Did you see any messages?
Not messages, but I mean, I've seen the sites where I've got evidence, you know, of where
No, you don't.
I've got pictures, like screenshots that I brought with me today.
So you have screenshots, but he said he's never been on any sites?
I've never got on and text anybody on any screen, any of them. I've never been on any of them.
Your Honor.
She has my phone. She's the one that's put this on there.
I don't have access to his phone. I will not
Yes,
touch
she
his
does.
phone because...
So what is this a screenshot of?
This is some of the stuff that I've pulled up that he's got into.
Did you create an account, sir?
One time, and I did it in front of her because she kept accusing me of it, and it made me mad. So I did it right in front of her to show her.
No, he did not do anything right in
Yes,
front of
I
me.
did.
There is no way that I would ever have sat there and watched him do that.
So you're
accused
saying
me
you
of it.
created an account just to prove what to her?
That he wasn't
to
doing
show her
it.
in front of her that right here. You want me to do it? I'll do it.
To prove a point?
Yes, Your Honor. She was cheating on me with a cop at the time too, sending emails.
What happened?
I found emails of her and this police officer that come in to the restaurant where she was working.
Yeah, because
And,
he paid
Let him
attention.
finish.
Oh, because I wasn't paying enough attention to her.
I didn't ask the reason. What do you say happened? What did you find
I
out?
found her sending sexual emails back and forth to each other about meeting at a family member's barn to having sex, and
It had nothing.
I blowed up about it
Where'd you find those messages?
on her phone.
Is that true?
Yeah, he found those emails, but there was nothing about having sex.
You-
I was talking about meeting at the
whatever.
barn. He
But
came
you say
in-
you never acted on it.
No.
There
So,
was
so what's worse? Him going on a dating site, or you exchanging flirty text messages with the as he described, a cop,
Your Honor,
saying that you're going to meet up and hook up at a family member's barn?
Well, you know, I might have been in the wrong there, but at the same time,
You might have been.
I might
let me
have
tell
been.
you. I
But
got
there's
evidence.
been so many things to lead up to this.
No,
I
I
get
don't.
no attention from anything. I mean,
So
I am the
so
last
that gives her
thing.
the right to go out and cheat.
I didn't go out and cheat.
She was sending videos of her with a and yes, I blowed up on that too.
He involved all these people that did not need to be involved, that it was a deal between me and him.
So you're threatening her with revenge porn?
No.
Which is a crime. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. So after the messages you say you found...
Yeah, that's not the only ones I found. A friend of mine sent me text messages on one that was just here recently. And then a time before that, a lady called me and asked me if my wife was Angela Dewey and asked me, or told me that we needed to meet. She had something to show me. So I went and met the lady at the store. So whenever I did, she was sending videos of her with a and having sexual messaging to each other. And yes, I blowed up on that too.
I sure did.
Ms. Dewey?
He offered me some attention.
So that gives her
He
right.
offered to pay me for these videos whenever...
Oh, that's not counting the ones that you sold.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. It's one of those things where he pays again. You can go out and buy porn. Why can't I be somebody's porn? You're not paying me no attention.
So you're saying someone paid you to send you these messages, so you did it?
Yeah.
And you feel justified because you say things weren't working out in your marriage?
I was justified because the thing whenever I sold the videos is because he had left town, had no money, and I'd be stuck there with nothing. No fuel in my truck, no electricity, no nothing.
So you're saying you just needed the money?
I did. So I sold some videos.
Straight lie, too.
No, it's not a straight lie.
Yes,
What's your evidence, sir, of, you say, further affairs on Miss Dewey's part?
A mutual friend of ours sent me some text messages.
And what did the messages say?
She chewed him out for not lying for her that she was living with. That I caught her. I asked her where she was staying after she had left. She said,
no, not after she had left. She got kicked out.
No, after she left.
You're saying you got kicked out?
No,
yes.
she left.
No, I did not.
Okay, so there's a difference of opinion on the circumstances of you leaving.
But so I got this guy's address. I drove by his house. Sure enough, her truck at 3:30 in the morning is parked in this driveway.
So you saw messages that your wife sent to this friend upset and angry because he didn't lie on her behalf?
Yes.
So this friend told you that she was having an affair?
He's told me that she had sex with this guy.
Okay, let me see the messages. You write to a mutual friend of yours, how many times have I lied for you? But yeah, you lost one friend today. If I can't trust you to have my back, then I don't need you as a friend.
Yeah.
So you were upset that he didn't lie?
I was upset that he did lie because
He didn't lie.
He did lie because in the other text that, okay, what he told Delbert was that I did sleep with him, but that was not what I told him at all. I told him that if he didn't shut up and quit accusing me of that crap, then yeah, I was going to, because it's not like it's real hard.
That's not what that text message says.
Not that one there, the one where, because there was a different text that goes along with that.
So you say, what the blank are you doing telling Delbert I messed with someone? That's messed up, since I didn't say that I had done anything with anyone. I said I was going to. Since you also want to take Delbert's side, then that tells me that our friendship never meant anything. So you are texting this friend saying, you said you were going to sleep with this other person, but you never actually did.
No.
But why would
But then
you
he
lie?
sees your truck there at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because that's where I was staying.
What other evidence do you have for me, ma'am, before I rule on this case?
None. I mean, other than I did not intentionally leave the house. I did not.
I'm willing to forget everything and put it in the past. and
I
work
have
through
a-
it, but she's not.
I'm willing to do that, but he has threatened me on social media, like to blow me out as far as all these videos go.
Yes,
That he's
because-
going to post them, and he's done sent it to my family members. He involved all these people that did not need to be involved. That it was a deal between me and him.
What did he send to your family
I
members?
submitted screenshots.
What did he send?
He sent videos, or supposedly
A
just
screenshot.
pictures of me doing whatever in those
Sent
videos.
You
the videos of her of the messaging that she put on there in the videos that she had sent these guys for them to know.
Stop. I understand that there's been back and forth between the two of you, but you mean to tell me you took these videos,
It's not the videos.
the messages, and you put this on a Facebook page?
Facebook.
Yes, he put this on my Facebook page. This is his comment to one of my posts.
Angela, if you don't unblock me and if you don't get over here and do what I told you earlier on your text message, I'm getting ready to start sending these videos out to everybody and posting them on Facebook. And
Yes, I did say that.
Okay, so that's a threat. So you're threatening
That's
her
just
with
one of them.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
So you're threatening her with revenge porn,
No.
which is a crime,
No, I wasn't threatening
which
her.
is against. I can read, and I've also been doing this a long time. Before I did this job, guess what I did? I was a prosecutor.
Okay.
I know exactly what this is. So we're going to stop talking. And we're going to start listening. You stepped out on your marriage several times. You lied about it, right? You say you've been unhappy for years. It's been 13 years. There's a lot of back and forth, and this relationship has become toxic because you're not only trying to hurt each other, now you're trying to destroy each other. Not just privately, but publicly, because that's what you're talking about when you go and say you are threatening to release this to the public. You are justified in being angry. You are justified in being upset. You are justified in leaving the marriage. You are not justified in trying to destroy somebody publicly.
I didn't publicly.
You threatened to.
I threatened.
And that
Yeah,
is
I threatened
wrong.
to, yeah.
You were wrong for having the affairs. You were wrong for threatening to
I didn't
release
sleep
all of
with
this
anybody.
information publicly. So now this relationship has become so toxic. I find that there are irreconcilable differences between the two of you.
Okay.
And I find that there are grounds for you to move forward with the separation. If you really want to work, and you say you really want to save it, your actions would reflect that. I don't care what you say. I care what you do. A lot of people, ma'am, would not look the other way. You have given your reasons for, I wasn't getting the attention, I wasn't getting this. Take some of your own responsibility for what you did in the marriage and for the demise of the marriage. You have responsibility too.
No.
But when we come to this point, what we're not going to do is destroy each other on our way out.
I'm willing to work through things.
There's nothing to work through. There's nothing to work through. There is absolutely
Mr. Dewey,
Fine.
Mr. Dewey, according to your wife, we're past that.
Okay.
And so now we're talking about the dissolution, sir, and the mediation, what goes forward, and how you're going to navigate dissolving what you've created the last 13 years in the marriage. So there will be no more threats. There will be no more messaging, family and friends. This is between the two of you to dissolve and move forward.
Right, and she shouldn't be telling our family and friends the stuff that she tells them about me.
If you're doing that,
That's
I want you
reason.
both of you to stop. Keep it off of social media, because this is the time now where you start having conversations with a professional like you're gonna have when you leave court today about how to resolve this and move forward. But you're making matters worse when all you want to do is badmouth the other person and try to hurt them in the community and in the public. And you took it a step further, threatening her to release what you believed would be embarrassing information to the
No, I
pastor,
was
to
wanting
her
to see
parents.
the truth.
So you both have a hand in what's happening in your marriage, but now you both have a responsibility in the resolution and resolving it in an amicable and adult way. Good luck to both of you.
I think it has become toxic. I would agree with that statement totally. And as far as moving forward, I guess it really depends on him. I mean, if he wants to work on it, then and he thinks that he can change things and make me, then I'm more than happy to do my fair share to change too.
Yes, I'm willing to put effort forth to fix it, but if they're not wanting it on the media, then why are we here today? Because everybody's going to see it now.
Yep, you're right, because this is the way you wanted it.
No, that you
wanted to put it out there, so we put it out there.
You wanted to come out here, so that's why we did.
So now you got it.
Yep.
Now let's see. I mean, there ain't nobody that hadn't seen it, so good. It's over.
Right.
So now you got what you wanted.